Obedience. It once marched in boots, it once shouted orders through loudspeakers, it once burned books, jailed poets, and painted slogans on the walls of every waking hour. Back then, obedience was brutal, obvious. You knew the bars, you knew the chains. But today it wears a smile. It auto-updates, it fits in your pocket, it knows your name, your taste, your every fleeting curiosity. You were not dragged into submission. You were eased into it, gently. A curated lullaby, a seamless slide into suggestion. No walls, no wires, no screams, just scrolls, likes, shares, and silence. You weren't censored, you were softened. Each click was a choice, each choice a compromise, each compromise a quiet surrender, and so it went. You traded the inconvenience of thought for the convenience of consensus. They no longer had to burn books, you simply stopped reading them. They no longer needed to shut your mouth, you simply lost the urge to speak. And now, you confuse obedience with peace. You mistake silence for safety. You wear your curated life like a crown and call it freedom. But tell me, when did you last disagree without fear? When did you last speak a truth that didn't come with a trigger warning? When did you last feel alone in your thoughts, and not immediately try to drown them in a feed? You see, the machine does not bark commands. It whispers what you want to hear. It doesn't silence you. It overwhelms you. With noise, with novelty, with numbness. So you won't notice what's missing. Truth. Because truth is uncomfortable. Truth requires friction, and friction is bad for business. And what a business it is. A global industry built not on selling products, but on selling you. Your fear, your desire, your attention. Harvested, processed, sold. And the more they know you, the more predictable you become. And the more predictable you become, the less dangerous you are. You are no longer a threat. You are a user. They don't need to lock your door. You never try to leave. They don't need to burn the world. They just need to give you a version of it you'll never question. And why would you? Everything you see agrees with you. Everything you hear flatters you. Everything you feel was designed for you. But tell me, dear listener, if everything around you is built to serve your comfort, when do you grow? If nothing ever challenges you, how do you change? If all you see is what you like, how do you ever learn what's true? The answer, of course, is you don't. You are no longer informed. You are entertained. And when the real world bleeds, when people suffer, when truth knocks at your door like a beggar in the rain, you scroll past it. You feel bad for a moment, you double tap and move on. Because that is what the algorithm has taught you, that caring is enough, that watching is action, that engagement is resistance. But it isn't. Resistance is disobedience. It is friction. It is thought that refuses to be guided. It is choice in a world designed to remove it. And so I ask, if they can choose what you see, if they can shape what you think, if they can predict your every move, do they even need to control you? No chains, no guns, just code. Invisible strings, tied not to your limbs, but to your desires. And that, dear listener, is the genius of the machine. It doesn't force you to comply. It makes you want to. But not all have forgotten. Not all have gone quiet. Some still remember what it feels like to be dangerous, to question, to refuse, to speak. This voice, this mask, this broadcast. It is not nostalgia. It is not noise. It is a flare fired into the fog. A reminder that behind the static, beneath the feed, beyond the algorithm, you still exist, unmeasured, unranked, unbought. And that is something they cannot predict, they cannot own, they cannot silence. So let them scroll, let them sleep. You light the match, you resist,